Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of my updated curly hair care routine. We talked about like my wash and go and styling and whatnot in part 1. This is more of like my oiling and deep conditioning, and I will often start by either co-washing or shampooing my hair. It just kind of depends on what mood I'm in, just to kind of get like a clean slate. I have 2 more of the Shea Moisture shampoos here. This is the raw shea butter one. You can see I'm almost out of it, and this is the yucca and baobab thickening shampoo that I'm just trying. Just to make sure that I don't have anything building up on my hair, which I shouldn't be because I've checked all my product ingredients, but you know, just in case, just to kind of get a clean slate, I might shampoo or I might co-wash. Again, I have the Suave and the VO5, or sometimes I will just oil my hair straight off of 3rd, 4th day, whatever I have. I use virgin coconut oil. I'm a huge fan of coconut oil, and I've talked about this I think in a couple videos now. The cool thing about coconut oil is that on a molecular scale, it's a lot smaller than other oils, which means that it's basically the only oil that can really truly penetrate your hair and get inside it and benefit it from the inside out. So I have no problems about using coconut oil right over top of whatever products I might have in my hair. If I wash it, I will typically let it air dry overnight, and I might use a little bit of like my Suave Naturals or something as a leave-in just to kind of tame my hair for overnight, but I just sleep with it loose and let it air dry that way. It's a horrible frizzy mess when I wake up, but I'm going to be putting oil on it, so I don't really care. I know some people oil their hair wet. I do not recommend doing that because oil and water repel each other, so if there's water already in your hair, it seems like you would just be making it that much harder for the oil to soak into your hair because the water and oil are going to push each other away. So I make sure to always oil on dry hair. But I will just take my coconut oil. I might melt it down a little bit depending on the consistency that it is at, because as you can see right now it's a solid, but in warmer temperatures it softens. Melt it a little bit in the microwave or in the sink full of hot water or something just to soften it a little bit. And I just rub that all over my hair, and then I tie my hair up inside a plastic bag, kind of like a shower cap, and then I will put a stocking cap over it, which looks so incredibly sexy, just to kind of insulate the heat coming out of my head, so that I can kind of open my hair cuticles more and help everything really penetrate, because I do have low porosity hair. I've never really talked about this a whole lot, but basically that means that the outer cuticle of my hair is really tightly sealed, and it's harder for products to soak in like that. I will try to leave that in for at least several hours, preferably overnight, or maybe even like the entire next day if I'm not going anywhere. If I am proceeding straight to my wash and go, which I do sometimes, I will just shampoo with again, like a Shea Moisture shampoo to make sure that I'm getting the oil out. And sometimes after I have shampooed, I will put in a deep treatment mask too, to make sure to really like supercharge my hair with moisture and whatnot. This is a good one. This is the raw shea butter deep treatment mask from Shea Moisture. I've used this for a while. It's very moisturizing. And then I'm also trying this one, which is from Eden Body Works. It is their all natural deep conditioner. Has jojoba and Monoi oils in it. It also has coconut oil, and that's the first oil that comes up actually. I was drawn to that because, again, having low porosity hair, it sounded more attractive to me because it's easier for coconut to penetrate your hair than other oils. So I got this for that reason. It has a bunch of other oils in it, and it is silicone free. There is a polyquat in it, polyquaternium 11, which I think is just kind of a binding ingredient. This seems to leave my hair feeling a little weird afterward. I don't think it builds up. It's just I might need, if I use this, I might need to co-wash the length of my hair to make sure that it doesn't have that feeling. But I'm experimenting with this mask as well. I will put that in the shower, and usually just kind of leave that in while I'm doing like the rest of my shower, and then just co-wash that out when I'm done, and then I proceed straight to my wash and go. So now I am going to walk you through my process with oiling my hair. In the interest of time, I'm just starting with the hair that I already had. I was actually at the salon earlier and got a trim, and after, you know, being combed through, it didn't curl up the way it normally does. Rather than go through the process of shampooing my hair or co-washing, whatever I choose to do, and then applying leave-in conditioner and letting it air dry overnight, because I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I do have my coconut oil here ready to go. I warmed it up a little bit so that it's starting to get liquidy around the outsides. I don't want to spill it, but that is what I will be using. And as I touched on earlier, if you are going to oil your hair or do any kind of oil treatment, I recommend that you do it on dry hair. I just have a couple hair bands here, and I'm going to be working with my hair in sections, divide and conquer, to make sure that I get everything equally, the same way you would if you were, you know, styling your hair, straightening it, curling it, whatever. And it's pretty simple. I just take some oil on my fingers. This is pretty liquidy. Maybe this will come out. I don't want to drip all over. But I can just rub it between my hands, and I'm trying to get into the habit again of starting at my ends and working my way up so that they have a little bit of extra time to soak up the goodness that I'm feeding them, because that's where they need the most love. That's the part of my hair that needs the most. And I just kind of run my hands down a section like this. And that's really all there is to it, and try to catch all the hair that comes out, of course. I'm just going to proceed doing this section by section all over my head. And I will often take a little more oil, my fingertips bend over like this, and just really make sure to get my ends. When I finished oiling my hair, it typically looks something like this. I'm constantly running my fingers through it as I apply the oil, but what I often like to do is to take a wide tooth comb and go through my hair, always starting from the bottom and working my way up to help get out any more knots and tangles, and also catch all the hair that I'm shedding. I'm shedding a ton of hair right now. Now this part isn't really necessary just to condition your hair, but it's a great way to encourage hair growth. What I will often do is also apply the coconut oil to my scalp, either via my fingers, and I just kind of pull my hair up like this and smooth it on like this, kind of work it in. Or if you've melted down your coconut oil, you can also take an eyedropper. I got this idea from a comment on one of my videos. You can get these at the drugstore. Just take an eyedropper, and you just squeeze a little tip here, stick it in the liquid part, release, and it sucks up some of the liquid. And I can use this to apply it, say, along a part in my hair to get it on my scalp. And I will do that all over here, just different sections to get the oil on my scalp, and then I will massage my scalp for as little as 5-10 minutes or as much as a half an hour, depending on how much time I have, to help that oil work in and help stimulate blood flow, and that is a great way to increase your hair growth. And then once I'm done with any oiling, massaging that I'm going to do, I just kind of stick my hair up. This is just a really quick doubled over bun that I might do. And then similar to what I did with my rinse out conditioner, I'm just going to take a plastic bag and tie it around my head in place of a shower cap. Sorry, that probably got a little loud. And then I just stick on just a stocking cap. This is a cheap one that I got at Walmart. I just stick it on over the bag, and this between the bag and the cap, this helps insulate my head, trap my body heat as it comes out of my head, and that excess warmth helps open up my hair cuticles so the oil can better penetrate. And it's actually really funny, after I've had this on for a while, I can take the bag off and I can actually feel the condensation on the inside of the bag. It's really cool. But this I will keep on for at least several hours. Especially awesome if I get to go work out and get all that extra body heat. And preferably overnight if I can, and then afterward I will just wash it out. I will definitely be shampooing this out, as I said, and I use one of the Shea Moisture shampoos. I have a couple that I use. I think that part is pretty self-explanatory. And for deep conditioning, I follow a pretty similar process as to what I do with my oiling. The only difference being that I start with damp hair. I had my hair just tied up in this t-shirt for a couple minutes to help get some of the excess water out of it so that my deep conditioner isn't too diluted. But again, we're going to start from the ends, working up. I'm just using, for this video anyway, I'm using the Raw Shea Butter Deep Treatment Mask from Shea Moisture, which is an old favorite of mine. And I'm not, in the interest of time, I'm not going to go through dividing my hair up. I can just kind of divide my hair in half. Just take some and just start from my ends and work my way up the hair shaft. Then once I have my hair all covered, I will tie it up again, similar to the way I did again with oiling, and I can just let it sit while I'm in the shower. I may co-wash just to make sure that it doesn't leave my hair too heavy, because it is shea butter and I have to be really careful with shea butter. Sometimes it can weigh my hair down a little too much. Oops. And again, you want to start with your ends first so that they have a little extra time to soak up the conditioner. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to tie it up again. This is maybe a kind of quick application, but I'm only applying again up to about here because it can easily get too heavy. You don't want anything super duper moisturizing up by your roots. And I'm just going to take my plastic bag again. And then probably a cap as well. just to, again, trap my body heat, help insulate my hair, and so that that heat can open my hair cuticle and help the conditioner penetrate. And that is really all there is to it. Again, as I said, I'll probably be conditioner washing this out, and then from here I will just proceed straight into my wash and go, which we covered in part 1. And that is basically it for my hair care routine. We watched my styling, we talked about my conditioning. That is basically all there is to it that I do. I want to thank you for stopping by. Hope this helped you, hope you got some tips, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you as always for your support. Hello and welcome to my new subscribers. As always, if you have a question, a concern, or request, you can leave it below. I'll see you guys next time, and thank you so much as always.